This time we will cover the patch requests, so updating resources, focusing on the payload, specifically the different DTO object for update actions. So we want to be able to change some properties of an event, but we don't want to force people to send in the properties that don't need to change. The issue is our current DTO class has all the properties inside it mandatory. That's not a problem though, as TypeScript can have optional properties by adding a question mark at the end of the property name. We don't want to change the original DTO class though. First, let's approach this in a naive way. So create the new update event DTO, and inside it, let's create the class update event DTO. Now you can copy all the properties from this class inside the update event DTO class and then make all those properties optional. This would work, however, TypeScript gives you a lot of options when defining types. For example, Nest.js has this mapped types package that you can use here. So let's start by installing it and then we will get to how it can help us write less code. So open the terminal, could be even inside the VS Code, and run npm e save at nest.js/mapped types. This might take a while to install. When done, you have some handy types now that you can use. So instead of defining all these properties on two classes and making them optional on one of them, you can reuse the original class. So first, remove these properties from the update class, and then this class can extend the partial type. That's a class that we have just installed. It comes from this mapped types package. And then it can have a parameter, which is a reference to the original class. Now in our case, this is the create event DTO. So don't forget the import here. Now the update event DTO will have exactly the same properties as the create event DTO class, but they will all be marked optional by default. So save the changes everywhere and let's go back to the events controller. And now let's define the type of the input to be update event DTO. Make sure you import the class. And now let's try it out. Okay, so you can see that we have the same properties as we had on the create event DTO class, even though we haven't defined any property explicitly in this new class. But all of them are optional. Okay, so what you have seen here might be a little bit scary for people not versed enough in TypeScript, but obviously this will come with time. I've left some links in resources that you can check out and read more about how it all works. For now, just save the changes and let's continue.